let's check out how the new video is doing. Oh my god.
Man, I'm dead.
After a long, hard session of coming up with original video ideas, I've still got nothing. But there is this channel called Red Dead Tier List, which, by the way, is great for stealing video ideas from. So I stole this one, ranking every villain in Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's get into it. Starting with number 11, Augustine Alende. I put Senor Alende here because to me he's just not memorable. I had to look up who this character was because I had completely forgot about him, and I like to think of myself as a pretty diehard Red Dead Redemption fan, so that's pretty impressive. But yeah, he's really not memorable in my eyes, and that's why I think he's the worst on this list. Also, hey, just a reminder that we're trying to reach 8K subs by the end of March, so if you could help me out with that, that would be awesome. Subbing to me is free, and you could always change your mind. And on to number 10, Agent Andrew Milton. There really isn't too much to say about him. We only encountered him like twice throughout the entirety of Red Dead 2, and I'm only ranking him higher than Allende on the list because he was the one that was working with Micah, and spoiler alert, Micah was the rat. I'm not sure if I need to put a spoiler alert on a 6-year-old game, but whatever. Number 9, Vincente Santa. He was really just a miniature second Allende, but in my opinion he was cooler because we gotta beat him up. We really gave him that 1-2 Chris Brown, if you know what I'm saying. And we did that so that he would tell us where Javier Esua is. And his last name's DeSanta, which maybe there's a connection to Michael DeSanta, I don't know. But that's just a stupid theory, which is probably why it's going to be Mr. Boss for the Win's next video. Anyway, moving on. Number 8, Angelo Bronte, the Saint Denis crime lord. This guy was pretty cool. He kidnapped Jack Marston, which kind of led to one of the coolest missions in the entire game, so I'll have to forgive him for that one. He was more important in my eyes than the past two people, but anyway, just on to the next person. Number 7, Como Driscoll. Colm was someone who I personally didn't care too much about. He did play a big role in the story. His beef with Dutch led to Arthur being kidnapped and shot. And I should really start doing more research. Hopefully you agree with this placement, but he is who he is. Number 6, Leviticus Cornwall. We robbed his train and he followed us for the entire game. Or at least until Dutch shot him in the chest. This guy really pulled up with John at knife point, thinking it was going to go well for him. And I really got to commend his bravery for that. So yeah, that's why he's on number 6. Number 5, Javier Esua. Javier is one of my favorite gang members. He always seemed cool. In RDR1, Agent Ross sent John to go capture him, which made him a pretty important part of the story. John fought a whole revolution on both sides just to find Javier's location, and that has to mean something. Number 4, we're moving down this list really quickly. We have Bill Williamson. Bill is what Red Dead Redemption 1 was all about. Even though he has 30 seconds of screen time in that game, he was arguably the main protagonist of Red Dead Redemption 1. And Bill is kind of an idiot, which makes me question why people decided to join his gang. But yeah, Bill is Bill. Moving on to the next one. Number 3, Edgar Ross, the main antagonist of Red Dead Redemption 1. The man who killed John Marston, or one of them. John was kind of hit with the spray and pray meta. Ross was there from the beginning. Even though he didn't play a huge role in Red Dead Redemption 2, he was still there. He discovered Micah's body on top of Mount Hagen and managed to trace it back to Marston, which I have a whole video about linked in the description. And let's move on to the number 2 spot. Now for the number 2 spot, we have Micah Bell. The rat, the traitor, Arthur's number 1 hater. Hey, that rhymed. Micah managed to get the whole entire gaming community to hate him. That alone should have given him the number 1 spot, but today it didn't. Micah throughout the whole game would antagonize Arthur, and I remember my first playthrough I actually liked Micah until I found out he was the rat, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Now for the number 1 spot, as I'm sure you could guess by now, we have Dutch van der Linde, the most complicated character in the game. He is both Arthur's hero and enemy. I don't know if he went insane or if he was always a nut job from the beginning, but Rockstar did a phenomenal job of writing him. And that's the whole entire list. Let me know if you agree with my rankings in the comments, and this was another short video. I'm sorry about that. I've just been really busy with IRL stuff. So as soon as that's all cleared up, I'm going to try getting 10-minute videos out there. And maybe videos on different games, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is the most dry game I've seen in my entire life. I'm pretty sure the online hasn't been updated since like 2020. If this video gets 200 likes, I'll 1v1 Waxy in Fortnite. And until next time, stay groovy, my friends.